So look at the Jackman. He's going to leave the pit stall. You're allowed to be over one box before. So you look at Chase. He's not one box. So he tries to clear it by going back to pit wall, touching it, then running around the car. I'll be honest, I've never heard of the ability. I mean, you see the Jackman. He's a stall away. The Jackman's already in the pit box. So I've never heard that you can go back and reset it against pit wall. I mean, the penalty is the penalty. Obviously, the Jackman had a quick reaction that, well, if I go back, maybe they won't call it. He obviously knew he was early. I don't think that's an option. NASCAR will let us know, but they're calling the penalty on the 9 being too early. So, and reset himself on pit wall to try to release this penalty. I would have never thought that was an option. I was a pit crew member. I would have never even thought about running back to pit wall. It would have been, oh man, I hope they didn't catch me. It would have been my thing. But if this saves the 9 a penalty, which is, we're hearing from NASCAR, it's going to save him a penalty, that is the play of the year for a pit crew member. The play of the year for that Jackman to have enough thought to say, I know I'm early, I'm going back to pit wall. Semke, that is, I'm talking MVP move. If the 9 goes on into the championship 4, that single move by the Jackman could be the difference. 100 awareness.
And something's wrong with the Athlon Ford.
Not cross the start-finish line.
Of Carl Edwards.
I'm going to come back to the beginning.
What the heck? So it'll be a do-over for Carl. Now, if you come along and cross that start-finish line, then that hits the clock and starts your 2 laps. So whatever happened to Carl, he can come back around through turn 1 and then get a good enough run to get back up to speed.
But I missed what happened. Why is he doing this?
They're going to have the pace truck take a lap because of some rain falling.
So that must be what Carl says. Okay, I got rain on my windshield. If I go out, if I take the green, I'm on my run. I'm done. So he must be saying, look, it's raining and I don't want to go.
So the next last restart, Kevin Harvick is in the outside lane. He sees the guys coming from behind him. He knows he can't get going. So in this case, look at the gap between the 15. He just can't get going. He moves up and gives room for everybody to go. We talked about this before the last restart. We talked about it, saying I didn't think he could afford to do that. So in the next, and then this wreck starts, and that saves him. That enabled him to keep his position. So then as we move forward, the last caution, here he is again. Again, the gap with the 15. He can't keep up. He's starting to keep up a little bit. 15 goes, he can't go. Trevor Bayne turns right, and this is the part that we heard the 2 drivers talk about. They believe he did that on purpose, trying to turn into the 6 car and cause a caution. We heard 2 drivers make comments saying he intentionally wrecked the 6 to cause a caution. They make contact, the wreck starts.
Tell you what, I have some concern for Denny Hamlin. The 20 has got to the rear bumper of the 11 car. I believe he's going to go by, and I think the 2 car has enough speed to get by the 88. That's going to move the 2 in front of the 11 in points if it can happen. You see the battle right here between teammates, and Jones is doing anything but racing him easy. He is trying to take this position, Marty.
I'll be shocked, Marty, if the 20 goes around the 11.
Well, and remember, Eric Jones is not invited back to Joe Gibbs Racing for 2021. He was told to move elsewhere. He'll move on to Richard Petty Motorsports and be in the 34 car. And Denny Hamlin is not happy with the way Eric Jones is racing him. He's saying, come on, cut me a break. Hamlin knows right now he's just +2 above the cut line, and he's been told, do not let the 4 out of your sight. So Hamlin wants his current teammate to cut him a little slack and help him make the championship 4.
Eric's had a few opportunities and good runs on the corner exit to go to the inside of Denny and just hasn't chosen to do that. So I think he understands the situation Denny's in.
So he hasn't completed his first lap yet, so he can go back around and rerun, if you will, the warm-up off of 3 and 4 to come to start his 2nd time lap.
Looks like he got against the wall a little bit.
Let's see how this works out.
I bet he goes after it about as hard, kind of like Brian Vickers did.
Nothing would surprise me.
It's out of control. They first lose.
Yeah.
You can see.
Oh, and around.
Yeah, he tried. I'm telling you, the car just too loose. You can see it bottom out whenever he went down into turn.
Sorry, guys.
More going on back in the garage, Doc.
Well, it's actually on pit road. Here's what's happening. The 24 crew of Jeff Gordon is going to go up and now start pitting the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson. They've been told to go to the 48 pit, and here's why. Because the 24 crew's been locking off 11.8, 12 second, 12.1 second stops, and now they've been asked to come to the 48 and provide assistance. So what's happening here is the 24 guys are already up here. They're discussing what's going to go on, and I don't know how well this will go over, but they've been asked to come here and see if they can get the best of the best on pit road.
Wow.
Man, everything's changing.
Very interesting.
It's an amazing race.
The 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Yes, that's Jeff Gordon's crew pitting him. He says it's still a little free into 3, tight through the center of 3 and 4. They're going to add some cross weight going up around in the right rear. 4 tires for Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, you see these are 2 pit stops. The 24 team did that last pit stop at 12.6, where the 48 team did the 13.7.